It was really good. We had a lot of energy. Some of the changes that we made defensively, some of the new stuff that we putting in. We started with it really early. It was a high energy, physical, competitive practice. It's always like that on the first day. Everybody excited to be back, show the improvement, and try to compete for some minutes. So it was a good first practice.
What are some of those changes?
I think more aggressive for one. We've never been a big steals team, and getting steals hasn't been an emphasis, but just having a little bit more of a presence, being a little bit more physical, and then some small changes on just how we guard in certain situations.
Like side, forcing guys to the side, or pick and roll?
Just like where they are on the floor, whether we want to keep them on the side or send them to the middle. When we want guys to play in the crowd, helping each other more, like having more of an emphasis on being in position to help, but still not being too far away from our guys. Just taking the challenge, of doing a few things different to be a better defensive team.
Do you think this team has a DNA to be a good defensive team?
I think we got a great opportunity to be that team defensively, and I think you add Whiteside into the equation and what he can do in the paint, his length, who he is as a defender. Anthony Tolliver is actually a really good defender and can guard 3, 4, 5. Then you add our three wings who are all really good defenders and have great size. So it's a great opportunity this season for us to take a step in the right direction defensively.
How valuable do you think it is to have a guy like Howe, Anthony, guys that are older, been around the block a few times, and just have that presence in the locker room?
I mean, experience is always valuable, especially when you got a guy who's a two-time champion. He's played on teams with some of the greatest players of all time. It's a lot that he could bring to the table, and since he's been here, he's already been making comments. We've had our little side conversations about how we can improve and what it would take for us to, I guess, outdo the rest of the teams trying to win a championship as well.
Do you remember watching him win the championship with the Lakers?
I can't hear you.
Do you remember watching him win the championship with the Lakers?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I was in college.
Damian, after you guys made it to the Western Conference Finals, do you feel like there's a desire or to maybe kind of get rid of that notion of being an underdog or like being the team that gets counted out, or like?
I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. We're always the team that gets counted out. So I mean, I think it's truth in that, but I think we have to care less about it. I mean, our mentality has to really be, let's win the championship, and our actions and the standard and our level of accountability has to match up to that mentality. And as long as we believe in what we have and our process of getting there, that's all that matters. Western Conference Finals. I mean, when you look at it, it's the past. We don't have the same team. It's a whole new year. It's a different league, and we starting fresh. So.
Rodney has always been talking about how he's been feeling more comfortable. How have you seen him come into his own?
I mean, I started to see it towards the end of last year, just how much more he started to talk. Started to talk a little more trash, more jokes. His personality started to come out, and this year it was from the jump. The first day I came back and was playing, he was out there saying little slick comments. So I think it's come out in that way more than any other way.
You were going to attack your guys' defense, and you ran into Zach and Hassan at the rim. I mean, as an offensive player, that's got to be a sight you don't want to see.
I mean, it's tough. Just with the size, the length, and both of their ability to time shots and cover ground. Usually if it's a guy who's really big, they either can't move or you can put them in a trick bag and they might be young or can't really jump. They just long and tall. I mean, but both of those guys, like, they get off the ground. They get shots at the top, at his peak. They can be up the floor and guard you and kind of like be right there with you on your hip to the rim and then time your shot, and cover the entire glass. So it's tough, for anybody. Obviously, guys in the league are really good, and sometimes they're going to find a way to make tough shots, but I think it's a tough task to score on either one of them.
Were you surprised Shaq came at you the way he did?
I wasn't surprised at all. I wasn't surprised.
How long did it take you to create your response?
One day. He said his, I said mine.
Do you feel like the winner?
I do feel like the winner. I mean, he was upset because he felt like I said he wasn't a rapper when I said that he's the pioneer of athletes doing music and kind of breaking into it. But I felt like I'm a better rapper than he is. And I said people view him as Shaq, like a big star, and not as just an artist, which I still think is true. And that was like no offense to him, but he was offended by it and he dissed me. So I felt like I had enough time to get one off before the season started. Now I'm done with it. So
You think you'll come back again?
I got it off in time.
You think you'll come back and shake again?
I don't know. I mean, I said what I had to say about it. He's retired now, and I still got to play. So
Aside from the music part, I mean, have you guys had a good relationship, good rapport?
no, we still do. I mean, it's no beef. I mean, there's no beef or nothing like that. He just dissed me, and I dissed him back.
What do you think it is?
I thought his was good. How
How do you
A
know?
little
where,
old school.
How do you know where to put the line at between like saying some things about someone that might hurt their feelings, and also knowing that it's part of the give and take and back and forth?
I mean, I just know it's not personal. Like, I don't have a personal issue with Shaq, and he don't have a personal issue with me. That's what happens. Like, you see artists do it all the time. And I had this situation earlier this summer, and it was like the first time athletes did it. And then, like, it's just another time that it's happening. But I can tell you it's not going to be a thing that just goes on and on and on. Like, I'm committed to this, and like in the summer I had time and like the mind space to be like doing all that, but like that's why I made sure I got it out before practice. So like, I knew y'all was gonna ask about it, but like I'm moving forward, man.
Have you and him interacted about it at all aside from this?
We actually did. Not about mines, but like about the fact that he did it. And I mean, it was small talk, but so I mean, that'll let you know it's no beef, you know what I mean?
Dan, how much do you enjoy it?
What?
The rapping.
I love doing music. I've always done it. I mean, I think one thing that people don't know is I was doing music when I was in middle school. That was like a long time before I knew I would be an NBA player, so it's not just something that I'm randomly doing or something that I just learned how to do or just some little hobby on the side. Like, I've always done music. Even when I was in college, I did a bunch of mixtapes and stuff like that, so it's something that I really do. But I also understand that, you know, first things are first, and this is first, so I make sure I handle this, but then when I have time, I do other things like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure some of y'all like to golf. You know, y'all go to the movies, whatever, you know.
Do you have any of those middle school recordings? Do you have any of those soundtracks on those that we can hear?
You know what? I'm gonna try to dig up my the song from when I was in the 10th grade. Me and all my friends, we did a song in high school, and we dissed all the schools in our league, and we warmed up to our own music. During warm-ups, we came out to our own music, like our last 3 years of high school. So I'll try to find it.
How'd that go over?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if the other players was listening hard enough to know that it was us or if we was dissing them. But it's a true story. I'm gonna find the song too. I'm not typically a disser. I'm more of a lover. Like I'm more of a friendly person. But like I don't bother people, but I don't like to get picked at either. So, you know.
A lover, not a disser.
Not a disser, man. I'm a kisser, not a disser.